Hello, hello, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. My name is Candy Roto. I'm coming to you live from New York City on Super Bowl Sunday. A little early because I know that this evening you would be all busy with your after party Super Bowl plans and everything. So I thought, well, let's do it before kickoff, way before kickoff. So everybody has time to go to their planned activities and making wings and setting buffets and whatever. So let's get going, okay? I'm gonna make this quick. Let me know if you if you can hear me. Okay, I'm finding myself. Here we are, and now I will see your comments. Yes. Okay. So as I was saying, oh, this is a little blurry, is it? Is it? Maybe. Well, maybe it's I'm not used to having natural light, not too much because a little overcast, but anyway. So let's start. Let's get going. So I thought, I wanted to keep playing with the beautiful storybook friends and storybook garden patch sets. I'm gonna show them right here, and they all have dice. The dice for I don't have them with me. The dice for Storybook Friends have these beautiful frames that you can use for so many things, sentiments or images. And the dice in Storybook Garden allow you to make a little garden if you want, and of course, to cut all the images in the stamp set. So I thought, like, let's put them to good use. All right. And first off, we're going to start with this card. This is a fan fold. It's a double C fold, as you can see, and it would stand up if you wanted to. But yeah, I did this in Mystery Card Night with my friend Julia Green, who has a Mystery Card Night every month. So she sends you the ingredients, and then we put together a card. And because I was playing with this suite, that's what it came out with. And this one I color with the or blends. Okay, so let's start with this one, and then we'll do the other one that I color with watercolor, and I'll show you some of the things that we can do with the watercolors as well. I think these are an adorable bundle to color. No matter how, you can do watercolor pencils, you can do markers, blends, whatever, right? Okay, let's see if I remember correctly the instructions for this. But anyway, I'm gonna do my best. Here I already die cut my little pieces. I'm gonna put it right here. And this is for, what is this for? Oh yeah, this is for a sentiment. Okay. All right. All together now. I'm gonna have to measure because I cannot seem to find my measurements, which is a shame because I had them ready and now then I clean up and then now they're not ready anymore. Does it happen to you? It happens to me a lot. Anyway, we'll measure. So here we have a base that is 4.5 by 11. And we're gonna fold it. Well, we're gonna do the middle fold, for our card base at 5.5, which is half of the 11. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, I thought that everybody would be ready, so that's why I'm going early because tonight it's like I don't know. I don't know if I'll be home even because I'm going to a friend's Super Bowl party. So I hope I did it correctly. Did I do 5.5 or did I do 5.25? I did 5.5. Yes. So it's like I think the light is distracting me a little bit because it's different and I cannot see all the reflections. So we're gonna fold it like this, and then we're gonna do another cut, another fold here and add 2.25, I think it is. It should be the half of this. So if it's 5.5, it's 2.75. Oh, Candy, your math. All right. So, Teresa, are you going to a Super Bowl party? Are you hosting? All right. So now we have that. And this, I think it was scored at the same. Let's code it all together, and I'll get the trimmer out of the way. This is, now I'm confused. Certainly, let me double check. This smaller piece is, this smaller piece is 3.5 by 9.75, and we're gonna score it at the same 2.25, 2.75, sorry, and 5.5. 2.75 and 5.5. All right. This looks weird to me. Or maybe it's not. I'm just measuring with the one I have. No, it's exactly the same. And we're gonna fold this as a C-fold. So this is your card base, this one. And then we're opening this flap and like folding it back. If you're like me, you may wanna kind of like do the fold so it's exactly, it doesn't overhang. So that's our piece for the base card. And then for this one, we're gonna do this way. We did this fold, and then we're gonna flip this back. And how this goes is like this. And then you open it up like that, okay? And also just a matter of decorating. Let me put my sample color pieces away because they're getting in the way. So now you decorate it as you want. So I chose my favorite color. Oh, you'll be watching at home? Yeah, I love the strawberry paper. I just said my favorite color, my favorite paper. Hi, Abby. Thank you for joining. So this will go back here, and it's a piece that it's 5.25 by 4. So where's my glue? Here. It's a shame because the other side is very cute too, but honestly, sorry for the bunnies, but the strawberries win in this case, in my book. We can use the bunnies for the front, as you will see. You know what I think? I think when I said hello, I said good evening, and it's good afternoon. Abby, you're right. Hi, Deborah. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I'm so used to doing the lives in the evening that this goes like here, and this is a piece that measures 2.5 by 4. Okay, so we're just gonna glue it. This is the easy part. And as I was saying, we did this mystery fan fold at Julia Green's Stamping with Julia mystery card night, which I enjoy a lot, usually on Wednesdays. All right, so doesn't it look pretty? I wish I had this wallpaper in my house. Anyway, and now we have this other piece here, which I have another piece of the strawberry paper, also 2.5 by 4. So who here has plans for Super Bowl? I'm going to a friend who always hosts the Super Bowl, and we're not football fans, so it's very funny the comments that you can hear and everything. But because pretty much this is the only match that we the only game that we see a year. You know, one game a year, Super Bowl. That's it. I did watch the game the other day. One of them. What was it? The one with the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. That one. So that would be 2 games for me this year. So I crisped my folds a little better to make sure that it will fit here well. So I'm gonna put this aside and I'm gonna now apply my paper for here. And I'm using this is from Thoughtful Journey, I think. Is it Thoughtful Journey? I think that's what it is. Poetic Expressions. I know I'm confused. I'm sorry. I can check it out later. But I thought, if you have the plaid, but I've been waiting for the plaid because it was out of not orderable for a while, and now I have to order it because I think it's back in stock. That would be a great thing to do here because the plaid paper goes with uh, the storybook set. It's part of the suite, but I don't have it. So I had to find something that was, in my case, boho blue, which is one of the colors I'm using. The other one is Misty Moonlight. I didn't say that, but I know you probably know that. And the point is that you can make this card with whichever colors you want. you couldn't care less who wins ever. I'm kind of rooting for the Chiefs just so that they break the record. Oh, and Deborah, you just watched Julia's card. Okay. So I haven't watched her live yet because, I'm a late morning person. Oh, sorry. I keep wanting to attach it, but we're going to have to decorate this. But we to put here for the notes, but for the message. But I'm going to stamp first this and then, in case I make a boo-boo, and I'm gonna use my strawberries. And this is what I usually did with, where's my crumb cake? Usually I stamp when I'm coloring. I like to stamp with crumb cake and then color from there because the crumb cake is light, and then you can put the line, you can cover the lines and everything. But honestly, I discovered something new while I was playing with this suite. And I had my Stasson ink and I've never used it. And I thought like, oh, Stasson for watercoloring so it doesn't get messy or anything. That's a good idea. And well, you'll see the results. All right, let me grab my blends that I have here ready. And I'm gonna start with light real red. Is it? Yes. And I'm using this side rather than the brush side because some of my blends I need to replace. So I'm just gonna go lightly over that, and I'm gonna leave making darker on the right side, just to so they turn a little bit and they have a little bit of now I'll cover the whole thing and then I'll come back with that. You can also use the color lifter if you want to create a little bit of reflection or light impression. Here there's two hidden strawberries. I think this stamp is so sweet. I love all the fruits and everything. And I have to thank Teresa because this is the stamp set that I got as my Secret Santa. So I was very excited. That's a Storybook Garden patch. Here it is. And it has the strawberries here. And then it has the radish and the peas I haven't used yet, but you'll see, or the lettuce, I haven't used that either. But you'll see the carrot later in the other card. So thank you again, Teresa. And now that we have the strawberries there, I'm gonna go over the right side with the darker real red. Just like that to create an impression of a little bit of light hitting. I don't know if you can see it. And then these ones are in the back, so they're gonna be red, like darker. And then once you have that, then you go over everything again to blend it all together so you don't see the line there. Yeah, and it's a very subtle coloring, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It's an illustrative. It's not artistic. It's just illustrative in my case. And then, I have to. Teresa is saying that after reading the meme with Travis describing Taylor's pregame ritual, she's pulling for the Chiefs. Um, I have to catch that before I go to the party, so I'm an informed person. And I wish I was in your house, Teresa. I would love to try those smoky cheddar cheeseburgers. My friend has pulled pork sandwiches, and uh, somebody brings pigs in a blanket. I contributed the brioches for the pulled pork sandwiches and some cheeses for a cheese platter. But I think if I have time, I'm gonna make shiitake mushroom quesadillas. Yeah, this is old olive, and I went all over it with it, and now we do the same with a darker color. Hit it with some accent. Oopsie, this is the brush side that I didn't want that to happen, but it's okay. It's gonna be a little darker. Oh, this is mossy. Oh, I see that. Oh, because my old, yeah, that's what happened. I should have been more careful because now I remember my dark mossy old olive got totally destroyed, the tip, but we'll fix that. It doesn't matter. It's just the interior of the car. I'm just gonna grab uh, some of the coloring, and we should do the same one on the other. I should have colored at least some of them in advance for you guys because there's a lot of coloring going on today. It's fun. I like it, but now that I have this, oh, wings and tacos. That sounds good too. We're gonna blend it all together with the light. I don't know if my tip will work. Yes, it seems to be working. It kind of blends it, so yes, it's not so in your face as it was. You see, yeah, you have to be careful not that this doesn't happen. It's just because my tip is not crisp enough, but the blends tend to expand, so you cannot get to the line because you will go over the line. But anyway, doesn't matter. It's because you don't see the crumb cake. You don't know exactly where the line is. But anyway, that's just an easy little thing. But since we're at it, let's do the other. I have two more of these, I think. So I'll go quickly going through this, okay? Yeah, this is not good for coloring this tip because I cannot control it. I've already pre-cut them, so I don't have to get up and go to my machine that's on my dining room table. It's a good thing I don't have the whole party at home, because I would have to clear out all my craft supplies from the table. Just gonna go very quickly, okay? I like the blends for something quick, but you'll see the difference. Well, I'll show you in a second. The difference when you use inks as watercolors or just watercolors. In this case, I used just watercolors, which I think they're a little easier to control. That the inks, you can apply them with a brush or with water brushes, but once you put them down, you cannot really move them around that much. Oh yes, I would share the recipe very gladly, Abby. It's very easy. I just saute them with onions and salt, pepper, and a little bit of smoked paprika. I'm Spanish, so smoked paprika from Spain that I bring, pimentón de la vera. It's delicious, and it adds a little bit of smokiness to it, and I love everything smoked. That's what I'm very jealous of, Teresa's menu. Okay. Same for this. I should have done at least, since I should have modeled one and then have the other ones ready. I didn't think of it. Silly me. All right. Now we're going over again. With the whole thing. I like to do the stems too. Hit them with a little bit with the blend. All right. Okay, we have the greens taken care of. Now we're gonna do the strawberries again. Oh, I didn't do this blending. All right, we'll do it now. Well, I buy my smoked paprika in Spain, but I'm sure it's the same one. I'm sure it's imported from Spain. We have a lot of smoked paprika, and pimentón de la vera is very famous, and you can find it here in many places, in New York at least. In Spain, it's just like so cheap. I think like the whole tin is, and it's a tin like this big. I think it's like €2 or something like that. It's really cheap at the supermarket. It's kind of like the equivalent of a Trader Joe's or something cheap, like you can find an expensive one too. I'm going to use the brush tip for this one, but I cannot control it so well, but I'm going faster, so. And we have like the hot smoked paprika and the sweet smoked paprika. And for my mushrooms, I use both. I cannot tolerate a lot of heat, so I put mostly the sweet and then a little bit of the hot. And today's Candy's Craft Corner has become the Candy's Kitchen Corner, almost. Here talking about recipes and food and everything. I guess it's the day, right? See what happened here? I didn't control this well. So I'm just gonna go over it and smooth that line a little bit. And I'm gonna go over the place where they blend and blend them a little bit more. All right, so these are my mushrooms, sorry, strawberries, not talking about mushrooms, done with the blends. And I'll show you the ones that I made with the watercolor. A little different, right? Anyway, we'll get to that. These are, as I said, with Stasson ink, which, by the way, I love the smell. I mean, really, I should, cannot get addicted to smelling the Stasson. Smells very good. And the other thing is that you have to clean the stamps immediately after using them, because with a special Stasson cleaner, because otherwise it stays there. So that's the cleaner. But anyway, we'll do that in a second. Well, here I have my pieces, and I would need to color her. Let's color her. So for her, I use light crumb cake for most of it. And how is this tip? I need a piece of. Let me try it here. Yeah, see, my tip is not firm enough. It just doesn't go. But then I'll do it lightly. See, her arms. And her ears. So I mostly like to craft in the evening, because that's where I have time, actually. So I have more time, after the end of the day. And so I was doing one of these little bunnies, like coloring. And when I finished them in the morning, I realized that the little guy has patches on his elbows in the jacket. I didn't see that at night. I'm like, well, there's a point of doing work in the daylight. You see more detail. Okay, so that's the light crumb cake. And then with the dark crumb cake, I'm just gonna do a little bit of shadowing here. And I did this, but I don't know how to do it. The whiskers. I'm always afraid that I'm gonna mess it up, but if I mess it up, I can stamp it again and do another one. But I'm not gonna do it. Not today. We all have things to do after this, right? Then I'm going again with the light one to blend a little bit. And what color did I do the ear? I did this color. And then I put a little bit of pink in there. And then I gave her a pink dress. This is it's hard to see from these ones which one is the dark one and which one is the light. This is pretty pink. These are they're new, so I can use the brush tip, and I like that. So that's for her ear, but I'll fix that later. Well, fix, I mean, I'll give more contrast later. And I'm gonna do the little pretty in pink because she will be pretty in pink. And just gonna do her ear really quickly. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of the light crumb cake all over. And now it blends it better, and I like it. Oh, and we have to give her a little pink nose. And a little bit of shadow under her. Oh, that was the dark one. I should have used the other one. Oh well. Oh yeah, that's the Candy. Get the right thing. And that's the light. That's too much, but anyway. I should have red. Dark crumb cake again. I don't know. That they look so similar. There. Yeah. It's a little bit too dark, but that's okay. And then for her, oh, what color did I use? I didn't bring it. Her color, I'm gonna leave them white. The color, because I had done it in my original card. I had done it in blue, but it was too much, and that's probably why I took it away. But I'm gonna leave it white. But I'm gonna use the marker. Oh man, throwing things all over the place, just to enhance the eye a little bit. That's it. All right, so now she's looking cute, and I'll show you the watercolor version. So that's a watercolor version with the stasson. I like the outline. It's you can see it better. It has more detail, and then the watercolor allows you to do a lot of nice things. Okay, that's for the next card that will do the watercolor. You can use the blends too, and they look cute anyway. All right, so let's put this all together. I mean, I'm taking too long for just one card, and that was the easy one. And it's not that it's so complicated, but it just had to take the time to color the stuff. All right, so this goes here, and this is where you write your personalized note, or you can stamp something else here. And here we're gonna stamp happy birthday. And for the happy birthday, this stamp set doesn't have a happy birthday, but I always need happy birthdays. So I wanted to make it a happy birthday. And I'm using the Wildflower Birthday stamp set. Okay, let me put this away. I'm gonna start with a birthday because it comes in two. Do I have it here? I don't. Or I can do this other. I want to do this one. I liked it. I'm using my mat because this is photopolymer. My foam mat. Birthday. And now we have to say happy. Happy birthday. All right. I could have put it a little closer, but that's okay. It works fine. And now we assemble. All right. So, as I said, this goes like that. So the best way that I found it is just you fold it as it will be folded and hold everything. Actually, let's start with the back. Once you hold everything together, you make sure that it's not crooked or anything. And this is a little way crooked. So here's what I wanted, right? So I'm taking everything as it is. I keep seeing it crooked, but anyway, I'm gonna put liquid glue here because I don't trust myself, and liquid glue gives me the time to wiggle if I need to. Let's hope that it's crooked. Now if I need to adjust and move it just a tiny bit, see, it came out fine. And now we're gonna do the same one to this one. So the best way that I find is that now that you have this gauge here of how far you have to put the glue, you can just put like a lot of glue here, but you don't know when this is gonna end exactly, so you put it on the other side and a little bit like this, and you know that this will go a little bit like this, so that should work. And then we close it, and voila, your double C fold. Okay, so for this I use, which one I use? Okay, I'm gonna go get it because it's a die from the, what is it? The, I'll tell you in a second. My God, it's not coming to me. Grow with Love dies. Yes, and that's the set that has the herbs and that actually will coordinate with our next paper pumpkin. So if you haven't got it, tomorrow is the last day to get it. So this is one of the dice that come in that, and you can make your own very own envelope for seeds. So it's very cute. So this time I actually beveled my border. So how you do that very easily, put the like your die cut piece back as it came from the die, and then just take your pick tool and the volley, and you can just go like this and press against the side all around it. I'm using my mat to give me a little bit more support underneath my foam mat. You can use a bunch of magazines if you don't have foam mat ready. I like this. It's so easy and it gives it like a more finished look, doesn't it? All right. So, and you can do that with pretty much any die that you have. I like it especially for labels. All right, so let's take this out of here. Now we're gonna put this in dimensionals here. So I need my dimensionals. And now that I made my, well, this is a little, I'll have to glue this better. But now that I made my little pocket folder for my dimensionals, I find them very easily. And that's thanks to Angie Judah, who had a video on how to do that. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. And I'm using these ones that are a little smaller, but they're the ones that came with the last paper pumpkin, and I had the extras, so I'm using them. So if you think they're a little smaller, you're right. We're centering this. We're putting our gel on this side, looking at the happy. And I need a dimensional here. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of glue in there. I'm gonna put first a dimensional so I know exactly where the glue goes. Just along the edge. Maybe a little bit higher. There. Hold it a second. And there we go. And then we need our strawberries. And the strawberries will go up here. So I see that these strawberries are a little darker than the ones in the paper, but I don't care because the ones in the paper are supposed to be on the background. And I'm gonna put these bunches of strawberries like that. Now that I find the place, this one will have a dimensional here. A little bit of glue for the other tip. It was more or less like this that we had set, right? And these ones will go up here. Oh, I don't know if I like them like that. How about that? No. That's okay. I'll just put them like this. And what I did is put this because the happy is a little bit too high here. Mine, it was a little bit lower, but it's okay. What I'm gonna do for this one is put two mini dimensionals, one on top of the other. Let's see if I'm doing it in the right place. And then just one for the other tip. So basically this one had dimensional glue and this has two dimensionals and one dimensional. So they have because this has to go all the way if I want it over this there. Because this has to be higher than this. Well, I want it higher. So it doesn't cover the happy totally. You can still see it. All right. And then just the finishing touches, I had put this ribbon, a little bow, a double bow that has both Misty Moonlight and this is the boho blue color. What I did is I took my boho blue ribbon and I actually cut the edge that has a little bit more thickness to it, and it won't fray so much because it's the edge. Still will fray a little bit, but I'm okay with that. Oh, I didn't put this back. Sorry, you're seeing my pants there. I don't think I need that much, but anyway, I'm just gonna do the whole thing. There. And then I also had linen thread that was kind of misty moonlight. I think it was from that biggest fan. You can use whatever you have. And also you can also color your thread if you have white thread or linen thread. I don't know if you can color. I think you can try. I think you can, but so we're gonna do a double bow with both colors. That looks cute. With trimming. And we'll attach this with a glue dot, saving that for something else. And then you will put it back here with a glue dot, which is, where are my glue dots? Oh, here. All right, I want it underneath. There you go. Perfect. And the finishing touch should be the antique pearls. They're so cute. I love them. They're part of this suite too. So I'm just gonna grab my piercing tool and apply here that it has more room. I'm gonna put the big ones, one big one and one medium one. And they have this iridescent coloring, shimmer, not coloring. And I'm gonna put this one here or here. Yes, there. All right, so here's the first card. Took a while with all that coloring. Thank you for your patience. Here's our first card, the C-fold. And you can do the same for the envelope, or actually I just stamp it. I just stamped the strawberries and that's it, in boho blue. Then the surprise of the color is inside. All right, so moving on to card number 2 and last, because today I only have 2 cards for you because I knew this was going to take a little longer. Where's my sample? Here it is. So in this one, I used the frame from Storybook Friends, one of them, and I used it with the Country Woods paper. I also used that elegance paper that we had for Christmas that it's in mossy meadow, or it's mossy meadow olive green. It's olive. Sorry, it has kind of like both colors, you see. And that's why I liked it, because I'm doing my base in mossy meadow, and then it has also some olive. And anyway, so let's get to it. Let me take this out of here. This is gonna be a little faster. In that I'm just gonna have to color the rabbit and put together our garden patch. But I have everything ready for that. So, and in this I watercolor also the the envelope with the carrot. Cute, right? As I said, I discovered Stason. I mean, I'm sure that people have been using it for ages for watercoloring, but the Stason, black Stason ink is perfect for this kind of thing, in my book. Thank you. Glad that you like it, Deborah. All right, so let's work on these first. I'm just gonna attach this here. I already preheat embossed my sentiment, that happy birthday. And and this is using the decal rectangles. You can use other ones. We have beautiful ones now coming soon in the online exclusives, but I haven't got it yet, but I will. And they're nested rectangles, and they all have like a little bit of pattern on the side, and I love them too. So I'm can't wait to get them. So this paper is Thoughtful Journey, I think. That is the watercolor paper, and that's what I wanted for this. This is gonna be kind of like a watercolor background. So anything that you want to use that is watercolor, we have a lot of DSP that's watercolor, or you can make your own watercoloring. But anyway, I used Thoughtful Journey. I think it was, yes, the 6x6 paper. I don't know if this is still available, but as I said, we have many others. And if you have like one of these backgrounds that have the clouds or something, that would work, because then it's kind of like the background for the garden that we're gonna make with the little carrots coming out. So, and I heat embossed it in gold to pick up a little bit of the gold that I'm having on the frame here. All right, so this is our card base. So let's, not card base, the second layer and third layer. That will go like this, but we have to put first the everything else. So I'm not gonna attach it till the end. So and I pre-cutted this, and they're great. And you can do in any colors, but I think that just with the country woods works very well. And they have this cut, so you can put ribbons underneath if you want to. You see, this has these cuts, and I didn't realize that till today for this one specifically. There's one that's very obvious, that one of the frames has a cut in the top that's very obvious that it's for a ribbon or something. But all right, so let me get my format. Oh, no, I don't need yes, I do need the format. Because it's funny, in the suite, the garden patch stamps are cling stamps, but the storybook friends, even if it's the same suite, they're not. They're photopolymer. So I'm just putting the stash on. That smells so good. I'm gonna close it so we don't get high on the fumes. And I'm just gonna stamp in. I mean, this is a piece of Fluid 100 paper. Just stamp him in the center. And it's not as strong as you would think it is. I don't know, because I've never used this before. I clean my stamp immediately, so you're gonna have to allow me to do that. This is the cleaner. It has a little foamy thingy here. So you just go like this. And then you just clean your stamp. That's fine. See? Perfect. All right. I don't know if I leave it longer, if it'd be harder to take away. Probably not with this, but I don't want to risk it, right? All right. So now we have this guy. Little Peter Rabbit or whatever he looks like. And I'm going to use watercolors for this. Him. And as I said, I'm not gonna do something very artistic. I'm just gonna, where's my water? I'm just gonna use it more as a more illustrative. Oh, I cannot see the water now that I have the camera in me. So I'm just gonna grab some of the water to wet my watercolor there. And where's my sponge? Just want to make sure there's not too much water coming. Do you see the elbow patch that I was telling you? Yes, gonna go. And I used the water painters the other day, but these are such tiny images that even the small water painter was a little bit too much for me to control, like I rather use my really thin, this I think it's a number 2. Yes, pencil. Sorry, brush. So we starting like that. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit while I go for his color, which I did like a kind of neutral grayish tone there. His hands. And he got a radish, but I wish he had gotten a carrot because it would be better with the theme of my card, because we're gonna give him get more water. We're gonna give him a carrot patch. Oh, I forgot to do. No, it's fine. No, I didn't forget. I did not forget. Okay, then I'm gonna get a little bit of this darker mix that I have here. I don't even know if I'm touching the water because I have the camera right in front of my nose, so I cannot really see. And trying to get the excess water from here. Yes. Okay. That's nice enough for him. And now we're gonna go back to his jacket and gonna darken a little bit the areas. And I'm gonna give him maybe like red patches on the elbows. And this camera driving me crazy. Well, this dries a little bit. Let's go for the ears. A little bit of reddish in the ears here. And we'll give him also a little bit of a blush there on his snout. That's cute, right? He's just very cute. You cannot go wrong. Some accent of the pinkness here. There. And now we're gonna do the, and let's do like purple. Purple pockets and purple elbow patches. Just a little bit. Yeah. Satisfied with the jacket now. And all we need to do now is the radish. Right. Oh, I put too much water there. Let me blot it. Sometimes that's just the solution. All right. And a little bit of green for the top of the radishes. And now he has to be walking on something because this is kind of like a portrait. So I'm just gonna go. Sorry, I'm just gonna take this up here for a second. So I can see what I'm doing. Mixing some green here with yellow and blue. I want it light because it's a light. It's just a wash of a grassy area. I'm just gonna say like, yeah, run here that we want it. So we're just gonna do the same on the other side. And it's great to actually watercolor on top of our glass mat studio. It goes very well. And it cleans very easily, so perfect. I'm not gonna worry too much about the edges because first off, it doesn't have to be totally to the edge, but is this more or less straight? Yeah, it's fine. Maybe it's a hilly background, you know. And we'll do the same with the sky. Actually, gonna dilute a lot because I just want a slight. Almost barely nothing. And I'm gonna leave space for like a cloud here. Just a little bit of hint of blue here. There. And let's give a couple of hints of grass there. Just like here and there. Just like a little bush here or something to break the background. Oh, of course, it has to have a little bit of shadow underneath too. So we need a darker patch there. Like I did in my other one. There'll be like shadow of him in the background too. But as I said, I want it to be more illustrative. It doesn't have to be perfect. I put too much there. All right, let me get a little darker. I think it's too wet. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, that's good enough, I think. A little bit more grassy thingies, and that's it. I think that's nice enough, don't you think? All right, so let me grab my water out of here because I don't want any accidents. And put this out as well. Now we have our little frame. You see how cute? Isn't it adorable? Well, you have to position it actually so you don't see the white through the hole. So I'm gonna trim it a little bit. I think just the scissors will do. I measure the size of the the opening here, and it's just 1.5. So I did 1.25, I think. And I think for no, actually, what did it say? 1.5? No, it's yeah. Yeah, so I did like almost like 1.75, but it was a little bit too much. But you can, if you use another frame, this is 2.25, but I'm gonna trim it like 1/8 of an inch, like so. Yes, perfect. Now we don't see the white of the cardstock through the details on the frame. Okay, we're gonna put the glue around here. And then we position it like this. And voila, here's our little frame. Look how happy he is with his radish, right? All right. I think this had like more detail, but anyway, I just wanted to go quickly because we cannot be here forever. Because there's a game happening today. All right. So now we work on our garden patch. And I have here the pieces of garden to use. And what I wanted to do is give it a tiny touch. Okay, these were the cards that I had already finished at this one. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you for reassuring me. Yeah, I just threw the cards that we just finished on the floor. That's what happens, when you pile things up, right? We all know that. So I'm just gonna go with a sponge dauber on the openings here. And I don't know if I'm gonna use the whole length, so I'll just do the thing and then just actually, let me just finish this. And we're gonna put this one probably here. So I'm gonna cut this much. And I'm trying to follow the landscapey thingy. I'm not doing a very good job when it's so narrow. But this is one of the dies that doesn't cut the edge. It cuts only the top. So just be aware of that. And this one, I can do like there. So I'm just gonna cut it about there. I'm trying to do like and I'll have to cut this area. That's so yucky. Just a little bit on the edge. Does make a little bit of a difference. It's pecan pie cardstock on pecan pie sponging. All right. So there. And then the last one, we just want the mount. I just open the opening and that's it. Just, all right. Now we have to see where we're putting our carrots. And for our carrots, I have here, I use also the same paper, thoughtful expressions, went to the orange parts of the paper, and just we're gonna cut them like this because we have all these tops, which I also cut from the elegance paper, uh, the olive, old olive. We're gonna put a glue dot, and that will be our carrot. See, very easy. I cut some from cardstock as well, so you can do a variation. So that the colors are not the same, because in nature the colors are never all the same, right? And for these, the ones in cardstock, because they have the solid color, I will want to sponge a little bit, but just a little bit. Yeah. And yeah, and I'm gonna use like 3, so I have 2 of the one cardstock and 2 of the elegance. All right, so just put them together with a glue dot. And for one of them, actually, I cut a little bit of the branches, so the branches are not always the same. Oh, I put the glue dot on the wrong part. Oh, no, you go on the front here. Wow. Like that. It's a little carrot. And here's my, no, was this my, yeah, this was my cardstock one. And now we have to make 2 more. And in this one, I'm just gonna take some of the greenery off, so it's a little different. And put the glue dot on in front, so I can put it behind the carrot. There we go. That's another carrot. You can also stamp it. This is the stamp, and then just cut it, but then it would give you the outline, and I don't want the outline in this case. So, and the third carrot could be this one. You can also watercolor a piece of cardstock and use and then cut the carrot with the die from there. But here it gives me the job already done. So there, here we have 3 little carrots, and I'm gonna put this prick like in the middle, because like I did in this one, that the carrot is not totally out yet. So all right. And now we put it together. And that was for me the hardest part, because I didn't want to see my watercolor background, so it was hard to combine, but I think I got it now. If I do like this has to be glued. That's a problem. That it's like the bottom layer has to be glued, but it's the top layer too. So you have to make sure that you wanna layer it as you want. Like that. I mean, you see a little bit of white. That doesn't matter, no? But so everything has to go farther down. All right. I think I'm gonna start winging it. Thank you, Teresa. It's fun, right? And I forgot what I said I was gonna do it. Okay, let's say it's here. It's here, and then This one. Yeah, I think what I should have done is put maybe this one. Okay. You know what? Rethinking. I'm going to put this one on the background because it's a little longer. Using the same glue I already had. Yeah. And then this one here, we go with dimensionals. Like that. Yes. That's better. And then this one will go here. Yes. And I'm going to trim the sides. Or we can leave them like that. But anyway, I think I will trim them. All right. Where are the dimensionals that I say I never lose? Here. They're easy to see, to spot when you're looking for the folder. There. Just be careful not to put the dimensional closing your opening for the carrot to come out, which reminds me that we have to put the carrots in. Like I should have put the carrot in here. But we can still put them. Did I glue the whole thing? No. There we go. Open sesame. We're going to put one of the carrots. The pity is that we're only going to see the top of the carrot. So like that. And then I can put a little bit of glue there to stick it. And you can actually put some glue behind this so it gets... I put too much. Just snip this off. I just want 3 carrots. I mean, I have a lot of more openings in my dirt there. This is the bottom layer, right? And this is the middle layer. Yes. No, this goes farther there because we don't want to see the... There. Yes. And this one will go here. With a dimensional here and glued here, right? But glued after I put the carrot. So now we're going to put the carrots. So what I did yesterday is actually use a glue dot to hold the carrot in place where I wanted. Here. Oh, that's too high. Just trying to pull it up. Down. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, like that. I don't know how realistic it is. I don't think that you see the carrots through the ground, but it's kind of fun to see it like that, right? So there, and then I think we're going to put another carrot here and the greenery in here. So where is my little greenery that I had? Here. For the greenery, I'm not even going to use a glue dot. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there. There, something's coming out there. Something's growing. Maybe I put the other carrot here. Yeah, I think I like it better. Where's our third carrot? Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, here. Oh my God. We're almost done. Just do the glue dot, it will be faster. I know the dimensional. I did a video on that, Abby, if you are interested. It was fun. And then you have the two sides, and you have the dimensionals. The small dimensionals and the big dimensionals all together. There. Now we have the last layer. Yes, that looks cute, don't you think? And I'm gonna put glue here. And a dimensional. I guess a medium one. The medium dimensionals are really handy because they're not as big as the other ones, but they're, sometimes you don't need a small one and you don't need a big one. You need a medium one. It's a Goldilocks dimensional. There. All right, so and I'm gonna trim these sides. So it doesn't matter because it's decal edges, so it doesn't really matter, but anyway. Why is this not wanted to cut here? There. It's a little bit. I don't know if I should put a dimensional here. Maybe I'll put a little dimensional on both of these. Tuck it in there. Yeah, and I have to remove the backing. If it allows me. Come on. Now I cannot take the backing off. You know what? In this sheet of mini dimensionals, I had to throw a couple of them because I couldn't take the backing off. And this is one of these cases. Let me see. There's another one. Ah, so weird. Maybe I'll take the backing off first. And then now I'm gonna put this. Well tacked in. There. Okay. Finally. And now we have our frame here. And I happen to have these Mossy Meadow ribbon from way back when, but you can use any ribbon you want or you have. I'm just gonna tuck it underneath. All right, maybe I'll do it from the top. How about that? Yes. There we go. And I'm gonna put it where, I mean, I don't want to cut, cover the happy birthday, but at the same time, you don't want it to go out of the frame from your card base. So let's calculate here. This will go like this. We can move this a little bit farther here. And this will go in dimensionals anyway. So I think like that. So now that I have it more or less like this, let me grab my dimensionals again. Hi, Susan. Hello. Thanks for joining on Super Bowl Sunday. Just 4 will do because it's gonna be tacked to the back too. Another thing I wanted to say is that these frames, they have this intricate detail. They give me so much trouble to take them off. But I tried this trick that I learned recently, him from my team, that if you use wax paper when you die cut it, not only lubricates the die, but also you can do it the paper and the I think this will do. You can do both the paper and die cut the paper and the wax paper, and it actually worked like a charm. Or you can just run the die alone with the wax paper and then you do the paper. But I did both at the same time and it was perfect. Just trimming the ends there. Oh, should have been. This is the good thing about my way of applying this, because if you can still move it, I want it center. There. And I want it center here. So I have to put, of course it has the dimensional there, so it was harder to get. All right. And this is how it's gonna go. Then we're gonna attach it. And voila, here you have your second card and last card for today, because these took us long enough, right? Inside, I put, I'm not gonna do it because right now, because it's kind of late already, but I put the carrot that I watercolor and I did the matching envelope for that. But anyway, so let me grab the other one that just fell on the floor. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to grab it. One second. I have it. I have it. Oh my god, it fell on the floor and it smashed the corner. Oh, I cannot really grab it. But I can fix it, I'm sure. Okay, I'm having a lot of trouble because I'm all cased in. All right, okay, it's not too bad. All right, so that's the second car. These are the two cars for today. Oh, I forgot to put the top little knot. Let me do that really quickly. Just grab a piece. So we pass through. Oh, there. Just tie a knot and that's it. I thought you gave it a little cute detail. Just trim with my fabric scissors, and that's it. All right, so that's what I have for you today. These two cards in which we colored the friends and storybook friends and the garden patch into different ways with the blends and the watercolor. And I hope you like them. All right. Well, so it's a very cute set, right? Deborah, I agree. It's one of my favorites. Um, I don't know why it's just like so fussy. Do you see clearly or do you see fussy? I mean, I don't know. I'm looking now at my screen. Maybe it's my screen that it's fussy. I don't know. Anyway, so I'll put them closer so you can see the detail. This is the little frame one with the carrot patch. And this is the fan fold with the little bunny lady and the strawberries. All right. So thank you very much for joining. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I'll have to figure it out about the fussiness. Um, thank you for joining. Glad that you like the cards and have a great Super Bowl Sunday, whoever wins, and enjoy and see you next week. Have a lovely week. Bye, guys. Thank you.